the various classes of Carnival Cruise ships. So the oldest and smallest is the Fantasy class. We've been on a lot of those. I'm on one of those right now. So that's like the Inspiration, the Fantasy, the Imagination, the Paradise. It goes on. There's actually quite a few Fantasy class ships. The oldest being the Fantasy, because ships are named, the class of a ship is named after the first of its class. So the first Fantasy class was called Fantasy. Then you get to the Spirit class. This is the Miracle, the Legend, and the Spirit. These have lots of balconies, which is nice. So you're more likely to get a more cost-effective balcony. And they're bigger, of course, than the Fantasy class. But the layout is a little interesting because that's the ship where there's actually a lot on deck too. That's where like they might have the comedy club. They might have their main performance stage area. They might have sort of a concourse promenade area where you might get like a confectionery or the coffee or maybe where the internet computers are, different things on deck too. And then on the higher 9 and 10 is where you're gonna have your Lido and stuff. So that's a little bit different, a little interesting. So then moving up, the next size up, I believe, is Triumph, although that's changing because it used to be the Destiny class. Then the Destiny got refurbished. It was cut in half, a new section put in the middle, giant refurb done on the whole ship, and then actually became a new class called the Sunshine class. And so they're doing that to the Triumph and another ship. So they're going to have the Sunshine, the Sunrise, and the Radiance. So that's that class. There's also the remaining ones. You also have your Conquest class, which I find to be very similar from Triumph. I still need to work on exactly how to notice one from the other and appreciate the differences. You've got your Splendor class, which is a class of a single ship. The Splendor is a unique ship. We've done some videos on the Splendor. We've sailed on her. We've talked about her. But she is a one of a kind. And then you get the Dream class, which are substantially larger than all the others that I've mentioned. And I really enjoyed the Dream class. It's probably, to date, my favorite class of ship. And this has Deck 5 Promenade, which has a lot of interesting things. That's where you're going to find a lot of the trivia things happening in like a lobby sort of thing. And that's where you have a whole bunch of hot tubs that partially extend over the side of the ship, which are awesome. They'll often have the Sea Day barbecue on Deck 5. And some shops and things of that nature. They'll have like a little stage and a band, maybe either the comedy club and the piano bar is normally on Deck 5. So Deck 5 on a Dream class cruise ship is really quite awesome. And then of course you get up to Deck 10 and that's where all the Lido stuff is. And I think it's kind of nice having it split that way. And if you're on a Dream class, not a lot of people realize everything that's on Deck 5. So it's really quite cool. I like the Dream class quite a bit. I already spoke about Sunshine class, and then there's the new thing, the Vista class. So that we are going to be checking out because the newest Vista class is going to be the Panorama. We're going to be showing you that in about a year. We haven't been on the Vista class yet, but they have some pretty amazing stuff. So that's the big boy, that's the biggest. And so that's just a simple breakdown of the different class names from smallest to largest.